go up if they go up for a valid reason. I don't want it to go up to buy new shoes for the workers or new equipment for the thing. And somebody mentioned about air conditioning. Well, didn't what's the name, JC, do a job on this place? Don't they pay the bill every month on that loan that you have? So don't start talking about air conditioning and crap like that. I don't want to hear that.
Well, first of all, I wasn't referring, again, regardless, an air conditioner or heater could break regardless how old it is. So again.
And I could die tomorrow too, but
You gotta
that's,
prepare for the work.
right. But this stuff was all brand new a couple of years ago. I understand there's times to update, there's times not to update. I definitely was against this lighting thing back a while. And the way it went through was bad. But what I'm saying now is, as a citizen of Morrisville, my concern is for my safety and my family. I protect them in my own way, but the main source here is the police department. I'm quite satisfied with the police department. Some people aren't, some people aren't. I wasn't satisfied with it in the past. There was a lot of crazy stuff happening years ago. But if that's what's needed, that should be mandatory, that you find the money there and take it from someplace that isn't doing anything for me and my family. Thank you.
Bill, anyone else? All right, now we'll look at our agenda for next week's meeting. Looks like everything is right under reports. Oh, for approval minutes, we have
Presentation.
a special presentation. Mike Brody,
Yes. On the
Planning
planning,
Commission.
you did the surveys in March. You did the sketches.
Surprised he's doing it December then, so holiday times, so he did it in January.
He
This
wanted
is
to
first availability. Probably would have wanted to do it earlier, but couldn't get here. Under approval of minutes, didn't we have one in our recent packet for the special meeting
Yes.
of November?
Yeah.
Would we have November's meeting minutes by then?
Yes.
So I'll put the vote on there, we'll approve. Vote? Like I said before, the reports look good. Finance is very busy. We have a motion to pay the bills as usual, and a motion to approve payment to the fire company, a motion to approve a payment to the ambulance squad, the 2018 salary schedule, the 2018 fee schedule, the 2018 holiday schedule, the 2018 library holiday schedule, motion to approve the notice to proceed with the demolition of the M.R. Ryder Elementary School building, a motion to approve the budget, and a motion to approve the tax ordinance, and a motion to adopt the PNC Bank resolution for a new bank account between the Borough of Morrisville and Robert A. Seward, retiree. Any questions on the finance?
Yeah, under the resolution for the fee schedule, third-party agency for inspections, you shouldn't have any name of the company in there. You just leave it out, we apply it.
Do I have to?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because otherwise you gotta pull it out, and you're better off just not put a name in.
Where is it? I don't see it.
It's not on this, it was in the,
Yeah, it's in our packet under the resolution. Yeah, just never put the name in there. Otherwise you gotta pull it out and redo it. You can't
Yeah,
Makes sense.
predetermine a contract. or
B1.
anything.
you're correct.
That shouldn't be in there.
good catch. Is that it?
That's what I saw in there.
Your unfinished business. Do we want to vote on the resolution in support of fair districts? We had a group here last month.
That's the case that's in court?
I don't believe it is.
Is that the gerrymandering?
Yeah, it's gerrymandering. It would just be in
Federal
support
and
of.
state court, isn't it?
Yeah.
they've got about 60 municipalities that have come out and supported it.
Yes.
It's up to us. We want to, it's just a resolution saying, hey, we're on board.
I mean, I looked into a little bit, I mean, it's being done on the federal and state level, I don't know what the local municipality has to do with it. Any of them.
Lecture of everything in government. I'll put it on there. If we don't want to vote for it, we don't have to vote for it. Resolution in support of fair districts.
To me, it's just a political vote.
It's a part of it.
Yeah, it doesn't, yeah, partisan vote, it should be, if you have a problem with it, call your representative that's working on it. We don't work on that.
Fair enough. Under new business, we have a motion that we got from executive session about the manager's decision regarding promotion.
Just new business?
Yeah, 10A it would be.
That's the green.
Yeah. Anything else for new business? Do we have any announcements? We won't know yet.
Bob, let me ask you something. On the demolition for the MR Ryder, you're supposed to get paperwork over to the engineer on that to make sure that he can pay it, it's all ready to go?
Well, he hasn't responded back to me, however, that should be, by the time we vote on it, he should have reviewed the ad.
It's all set.
Yeah, he's got
Everything's
everything.
court?
Okay.
And I reviewed it several times, there's no time periods in there. I think the one thing that Kurt was worried about was the grants.
Okay, yeah, and then to submit that information.
And,
with the grant.
just, again, this is not something like we have with Bridge Street project. Bridge Street project was something that was gradual over time, so
Right.
they were able to, engineering firm to get the money on, payments.
Right.
With this,
We have to fund it.
yeah, so, it will have to be payments as well, and, the owner of the demo company agreed that, he's not worried about it as long as he gets his money, and once Kurt finalizes everything within the grant process, then we should be good.
Okay, all right.
I mean, we'll have to put up money first because everything's a reimbursement.
Right.
So it's gonna be a chain thing going back and forth until he gets paid. But he agreed to that, he has no issues with that. However, it will still take 3 months.
That was the main grant, we had to do it that way, right? The
Yes.
second grant was
The
that way.
DCED grant,
It's different.
the 150 will come, that's gonna be reimbursable. The county through the CDBG, they never mention in the contract about any
Yeah,
reimbursement, so
usually that's
hopefully,
straight up.
yes, hopefully.
So it's just the one we have to worry about putting up
Yeah.
front, right? Okay.
So if we give them a payment, I'm saying something like $70,000, he'll start the project, and once we start, he'll start submitting receipts. So even with the DCED, all we have to do is show the pay receipt, and since we're putting out the initial, that will start triggering off the payments to pay.
Okay.
So we're very fortunate to have Brian, and I'm glad he went bid, because again, I don't think anybody else would have done it this
Yeah,
way.
we've done that, yeah, very, very.
And we
much.
do own the property, so I have the keys. If any council members would like to look at anything in the building before it goes, we're looking hopefully the second week of January, just set up
It's
the.
dicey in there.
It's
Wear
nasty
your
in
heaviest
there,
boots.
yeah.
I have a request from the fire company.
Okay.
I had mentioned it to Ted. They would like to, before the demo happens, to be able to use it for exercise.
They've been using it for exercise.
Well, they want to be able to do, yeah, like.
Real fire?
No, not real fire, not real fire.
That would be
But,
dramatic work.
yeah, to be able to utilize the building, and they would time it when, right just before the demolition would happen, but they would like to work out the into some, exercises in their drills, yeah.
Like demolition,
And,
like
yeah,
breaking down doors, that kind of stuff.
Through the roof and things like
Okay.
that, so they.
I don't know that there's been that many ceilings in there anymore. I think they've cannibalized a lot of the materials.
They don't get too.
But the fire department's been in there. They know what's there and what's not,
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
they can do a good thing, because it's,
So they have to sign a waiver or whatever it's gonna be, you know, to be able to be, but it's a good opportunity for them to be able to do something with a building like that, you know, they'll get that often to be able to utilize something like that, so they did request
If it's coming down, I've got no problems with that.
Yeah, they just help along. If anything got to come out of it before then, we have to find out what that is.
On an old issue, Fred, we're not gonna in any way change the chief's budget.
I don't know. You'll have an opportunity to open it again in the new year.
Okay, you wanna leave it at that? That's fine.
Well,
I won't be.
I don't know. I don't know if this council can agree on anything like that.
Okay, that's up to you.
well, again, as I said.
Without going through numbers and who's leaving and who's coming, there's no way that you're gonna find money to give him $40,000 or $50,000 more.
I found
Yeah.
money, way to give him 57.
It just says.
Money's
Yeah, but that's in the
Within
police,
his-
that's within the
Yeah, that
police
was
budget, so it's
within
not,
his-
it's kind of rob Peter to pay Paul.
But it's giving him that extra police
Money
officer.
that.
But it's
But he
taken
can actually
away
do
from-
that. If we give
Yeah,
him X
exactly,
amount of
yeah,
dollars,
yeah,
he can do that himself.
What?
I was just trying to stay within his
Move,
budget and not.
move his
increase
line
it.
items around.
No, you can't.
Why can't
That's
Well,
the
you
point.
can't.
He's got-
Within his budget.
Well,
You
he,
can't.
to take money out of one line and put it in another?
Why can't he?
Within the budgets, I think, I mean, I believe, unless it's
I
dedicated
mean, you're
like,
talking about minor modifications, you're not talking hundreds of thousands of dollars.
it would say within the police budget, right?
Yeah.
But it was, the reason why I said that is because it was
Well, it comes
within
down to
his
is where
budget.
are you gonna pull that out of the
Right.
general fund without then having to go up and go before a judge to get, at this point, you're not gonna get a hearing up there, you're gonna carry them into New
Right.
Year's doing that. Because that's what's gonna happen, it has to come out of the general fund, where are you gonna pull it from? And they're gonna get the knock on the judge's door saying we want extra money at this point, because you don't have a hearing set up.
I was just trying to.
I think you had one of the better ideas, scrape around within the fund, also look
I mean, I
outside
wasn't leaving,
Somewhere
I
in the
wasn't
general
leaving his
fund,
budget
there are
completely
some
depleted, but I
monies
was.
that.
Can we
that-
vote on a budget with
What Ted
changes?
said, you take some money out of the
We'd have to
general fund,
advertise
that's
again.
not in the police budget, and give that to the police
Yeah,
budget.
I don't know what they're doing now. You have to re-advertise it to make the changes.
You can make some changes, especially within the police budget.
As long as you don't change the final millage, you can make
Right.
movements after public
As long as you don't go
inspection.
over 30 mils.
I mean, I found a way to get him 797,000 in his,
More,
just for
Pulling it out of
salaries.
part-time, pulling it out of overtime, pulling it out of.
I
industrial
did
training.
that.
Really?
Money can be moved around a
You know
little
what I
bit.
mean, just to get that extra.
Salary line?
Why, you
Because I do believe he should have two officers available.
Retired? I don't know.
There's just no way that we should be
How
operating.
much effort do we put into the overtime and the part-time that we normally wouldn't if we were funding
$55,000 went into overtime.
extra for last year?
No, from last year he had 28, and this year he has 55.
And I discussed that with him, he says it is.
I agree with you, Dan.
The year before, when we only used to go $8. I'm not saying that we don't ever do
$27,000
improvements.
extra in,
They're just,
just in,
I'd rather buy a couple of
from last year
part-time
to
roles.
this year.
and how much more do you give for the part-time?
Part-time,
And that's
28 to 55.
No, I agree.
That's overtime, sorry.
We should be.
so who gets the full-time officers? Need that much?
another
I'll tell you what, I would rather,
$14,000.
rather
So
than
why get that?
nobody on the street, let the state
That's
police cover,
what I was trying to do.
rather
You
than
know,
one
that's
officer.
normally when you get given that much extra overtime money plus for part-time
Again,
if we
it
were
was discussed that
funding.
we wouldn't be retired. He's told me we're gonna put more money into your part-time and more money into the overtime.
So what changed from him telling you he didn't want to rehire?
The consortium was
No,
hire?
I said that I don't think we were gonna be rehiring Ross for this, so.
So we're gonna be rehiring one.
The consortium list came out. He figured he would lose 2 of his good part-timers. So now the part-timers aren't as valuable, as useful as they used to be.
So we
So
didn't,
we want to hire one.
so 6 months ago when that officer was hired, he wasn't thinking that he would replace him until the consortium was
Well,
gone?
George Mason was in front of council and was asking how people look for more revenue, but he just can't do it. It's something that we should look into. However, at this time, again, I'm just going off our spending numbers from last year.
he was trying to support me.
I mean, I live within the budget, he lives within the budget, I don't think
Okay, so-
anybody's unsafe in this town.
Okay, so basically what you're saying, if we wouldn't have given him as much in the overtime line covered,
He just confused
right?
me more.
If you weren't hired police officer, or for the part-times, had he put the full-time instead,
Yeah.
correct? So right now, he would get both, he would have the
You
full-time
can
plus.
move, I mean, that's
That
up
is
to
what you're
it. I
saying?
mean,
But he's still short thousands of hours, even with just one officer. He's short over 5,000 hours, and a full-time officer only covers 1,700 with his time off. So we're still
5,000.
thousands of hours short, and you can't fill that with part-time, you can't. You would have to have at least 10 or more part-timers at any given time to be even come close to cover that.
So how did we manage it before when we had?
We're losing
You had,
two
you had
part-time.
no full-time officers,
At one point, there were 6 part-time.
but we had more full-time.
I know. We had 6 part-time. He had 7 full-time, 3 corporals.
Eight counting the, no, 3 corporals are part of the 7.
Can I jump in this game?
3 corporals are part of the 7, of course they are.
But I'm saying not according to this. To
Corporals are in that money.
corporate, okay.
It breaks down to like 252,200 for 3 corporals.
That's what I,
Still don't understand the resistance for a $60,000 increase.
469,000.
But it's a mill, where are you gonna get it from, that's what I'm saying, it's a mill. Where
He's
are you
saying
gonna
there's
get it
that
from?
line.
He's saying,
Yeah.
take it from a line
If you
item.
look at the police expenditures page,
Right, above it.
at the top, under general expenditures, the municipal building repairs and improvements that Bob wants to do is a $60,000 jump.
60 or?
It was budgeted for 8,675, and as actual as of right now, we use $1,254. And then it's projected to be 1,600, and we're jumping it from 8,675 to 72,440. Now, I understand we want to make improvements to Borough Hall, but we have to weigh one against the other. Do we want coverage on the street, 2 officers, 24 hours a day, or do we want a pretty
Well, all I'm
officer?
gonna say is, we can do that, we can take care of that, but something else is gonna give at some point, because the general fund is just getting depleted. I mean, it took a lot to get that money pulled in from back revenue and sanitation to help get that deficit taken care of.
that's why I was
So
trying to
any
make money
little
into
bit,
his budget.
like this, if
to
it
cover
goes
that.
all over there,
He's not
plus
interested
keep
in that.
everything that we gave him in
We
there.
shouldn't be
I'm
interested in
sorry, he's
that.
not interested in that?
But we shouldn't be interested
We're
in
short.
either.
That's a way.
I mean, you can do
keeps
it,
the
I'm just
same.
saying, you're not gonna have anything else in your,
It still
in your
keeps it
agenda.
the same.
I'm only one vote.
Right, but
As
I'm just
he
happy
was
to
in
know.
the
I'm not gonna approve a budget that doesn't give us enough police coverage, it's that simple.
Take it out of there. You can't go up and get any
Well,
military.
I'm not asking for that at all, but if we're talking $42,000 in salary,
I'm
and
saying
if there
that,
can be some movement within his budget and an additional $60,000, leave 12,000 in there, which is still an increase over 2016. There's your 60,000 plus some minor movement maybe the chief can do within his budget.
It's gonna get the budget.
We get at least closer to a full-time office.
But
Anyhow,
okay, well then.
We have to do it before, you gotta vote on it
I
next week.
understand.
That's you're gonna do
Right, that's why I was trying, I mean,
We're gonna have no wiggle room if you end up with a debt officer,
pull
because there's
some
only
of
one
that
police
money
officer on the
that
street.
Mr. Suby put in for next year for overtime and that bump in the part-time,
Right.
taking that money and using it so that you're not pulling so much more money. We're using what's already in his budget.
Well, I understand all
To
that.
give him that,
I understand all of that.
and I mean, I pulled from 4 lines and I was able to maneuver $57,000 for him for a part-time, a full-time police officer.
Contract.
And she's already done that,
Wait, hold on.
that's like that sheet he gave us, he
We only need,
took money, so I don't know.
because the insurance is good, maybe workman's comp, I might have to look at that a little bit. Just George said, I think the starting wage or
But
salary.
I'm going by what's on in the police contract for the first year of a
First
full-time
year's
police officer, which is
salary.
$42,000.
No, I
Put
understand
at
that.
80, I think 7, that you
22,
wanted more,
493.
$87,000 more?
43,000.
For what?
You wanted
Close to
more for
43.
full-time police officers.
That's
Yeah, big benefits.
straight salary,
I don't
that's not.
understand the question.
You wanted $87,000 more.
Yes.
And I had that your full-time, first year full-time police officer is 42.
Plus holiday money.
And how much is holiday money?
That was all, I got it all written back
I thought
out.
that was included in, you had said that was included in the salary.
Last year it was.
Last year it was,
So
this
we
year.
left that one.
I have it right here.
Well, we need a budget the 31st, so I mean, again, the contract has to compromise, I don't care, take that money out of that line. Don't bother me, I'm just trying to resolve issues.
I agree with that, too.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not-
Pull it out there.
Listen,
Can we
That-
work?
The sky is falling, and we'll do it.
That's it, pull it off.
We work it so we
You
can.
don't have to, you don't have to detail the whole thing.
You don't need to take
Well,
some.
it's still a $4,000 increase on what was there last year.
But do we
Oh, this
still
is
need to
out of
pull
the
that
general
whole
fund.
60 out?
Oh, yeah.
Why can't we,
That's, yeah.
Mr. Studi, put
So you
that
can
extra
take
money
that,
in
bump it down
for
there, but
his
that
overtime
would
and
be
his
less
extra
for,
part-time?
where else you
To
gonna
cover
use
the fact that there
Well,
wasn't
they're gonna
a,
cut back somewhere else.
another
I'm
full-time
just saying.
officer.
Well, you
So
want-
instead
yeah,
of
well, we will.
pulling
build that back up.
$60,000 out of that line item,
The biggest
You don't
pool of money
think
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
do
do
that
that?
from back sanitation was this year.
you still keep him at what he had this year for his overtime and what he had this year for his part-time. And then just pull what you need to cover out of that, instead of pulling $60,000.
Yeah, but again, I don't want to limit fund lines, because what they're gonna do is they're just gonna go over anyway.
Right.
I mean, if we could get this approved, I'll take the 50,000 or whatever, 40-something thousand that we need for a police officer, plus whatever we need to put in that line. I mean, I think we're good with healthcare, because we're at,
60,000 cover one.
Salary.
healthcare, we're at projected 168, we budgeted 200, so.
But the problem also is that the number he projected is under last year's number. So we're making up 30, but we're only a plus 30. So there's a problem right there. Also, the OIC pay is not in the budget that the borough manager has suggested.
And you're still gonna need additional overtime because you're still short
Yeah.
over 3,000 hours, 3,000, almost
Right.
4,000 hours
And
short.
I'm gonna
You're
be,
still
I'm
gonna
gonna be
have to fill up
forced.
his full-time officers and then part-time officers. So you can't take away from his overtime budget. You're short 5,000 hours, that's a monstrous amount of hours.
I mean, does he need another $27,000 in his overtime?
I
If
wouldn't
he's
touch his
hiring,
I think.
No, I'd rather touch the overtime than touch the
If
part-time.
he's
Overtime is
hiring-
bumped up
Part-time is
because we didn't think we needed a full
kind
time.
of based
Now we
off
think
of
we need a
that.
full-time
It's
officer.
just stating we're almost 5,000 hours short.
But that doesn't mean something that's not included in the budget.
Right, so that you can't start taking away from an overtime.
All right, so in the overtime he had before, he used half of that so far, so I mean, in the previous year, so now he's been bumped up actually in that,
If you look at.
correct?
I didn't hear that.
If that's the case and you're gonna put a full-time officer on there, then why can't that be bumped back a little bit to compensate some of that?
Because in 2016, he had the correct amount of officers. He had in his budget for 2016, $50,000. He used 23,000.
Correct.
And he had enough officers to cover. 2017, he used 23,000 and he was budgeted for 28. So now, 2016, he had those correct amount of officers and he used 23,000 in overtime. So what I'm saying is, instead of bumping the overtime up 27,000 more dollars, keep him at what he's been using of 28, and using that extra 27,000 for a full-time police officer.
It's projected at 31,192.
Okay, so it's projected at 30.
Well, I mean,
Would have been really nice at this point tonight if we had the up-to-date financial statement to really give you the real true point of where we are as of November 30th. But that, Councilwoman, that is definitely a possibility. You can pull some from that line item to put into that, yes.
I mean, and the same thing with, you know, his part-time police.
no, can't do that.
You can't pull from both.
5,000, because that's standing in for 5,000 so many hours. That's the
Okay,
makeup for the
Alright.
lack of the
Full-time
full-time.
officers.
officers.
And if you look
right,
at
but
these
that's for the lack of the full-time police
Yeah.
officer.
part-time, that
I
line
still have all those hours I need to cover.
He's still not at full strength, even with an additional officer.
And guess what, that's without giving the part-time guys another raise.
How many years
He's
has he
never
been
had
running
for years.
with these officers? And it wasn't a problem before.
Does he have full-time?
That, exactly. So replacing the one that retired, that's what we're doing. That's
still
what he's
short.
had all these years, and it's been,
Well, he used part-timers, he used
Right.
overtime, which is what you do. But at one time, the department had 10 full-time officers. It was- it-
right. Right now, we're short one to get him to that 10. He has 9.
Yeah, but only,
Yeah,
Seven
seven,
for the
eight,
street.
if you count the
the
truck.
other
guy.
two aren't patrol.
The school officer is paid out of his income fund, he's not,
Right.
he's not counted in.
We're talking about the guy.
The school officer works 14,000,
The guy in the street.
But when he's not in
1,400 hours a
school,
year
when
for
he's not in
school.
school, is he on the street? Or is he,
Excuse me?
when your SRO is not in school, is he on the street?
Yeah, but you're only getting 400 or 500, you're only getting about
I'm
200 hours.
assuming she
In the
means
summer?
the 3 summer months.
You only get 200 hours out of it, right? He spends
Christmas
almost
vacation?
he spends almost 1,500 hours in the school.
Spends
180 days times 8 hours a day is about
Mm-hmm.
1,500 hours in the schools. 1,500 hours, he's available 17, 50, so you only get about 200, 250 hours from the school resource officer
He's correct.
when he's not doing school work.
And that ends up being in the summertime, but it helps me out with vacations.
All right, so here's another scenario that you can throw out there. You have a full-time truck patrol.
Excuse
Why
me?
can't- You have a full-time truck
Yes.
enforcement.
Yeah, but you're really
Okay.
scraping around when you don't have.
No. Why can't he be part-time truck enforcement and work the rest of the hours on the street?
So you have to have a schedule. So I
Right.
just can't go, okay, today you're not doing that, you're doing this.
Well, I
'Cause got
wasn't
that-
sure if there was a way that certain hours he's on truck patrol and then certain hours he's on street patrol.
Okay, so it's those certain hours that he is on truck patrol,
Mm-hmm.
then I have one officer on the street. Because he's doing the trucks now, and he's off
That's
underneath
not
the
working.
truck, and that, you have to have your 24 hours.
What I understand is trucks are more of a problem in town than they're not.
Some of them, in some areas, we've just seen it.
But that's a scheduling problem that you speak of.
At any rate, I'm finished,
Shall we have a motion to adjourn?
so do it.
Well,
Well, you got your decisions to stay the
Yeah,
same.
you guys straighten that out, Bob.
that's wrong with it. Because I don't want, we gotta vote on this December 31st. You want me to take?
December
31st?
No,
I mean,
no, no,
December
the 18th,
31st.
Why
Well,
December
we have to
31st?
have a budget by the 31st. If we don't vote on it, then we're gonna have to have.
We're gonna vote on it Monday, no?
Yeah, but as it is, I mean, I thought you guys wanna change it. You wanna
You're
put in
talking about
mid ones.
Out of a $4 million budget, you're talking $60,000, $70,000?
Well, you want me to find money for the other police officer?
You have the money, I'm saying scrape it around a little bit, you know?
Everybody could agree, I'll find the money
I
somewhere.
think we should.
Alright. Is that, would
Find
you
a
be
way to
fine
do
with
it.
that?
Good, where are you pulling from? I think some of it should be tweaked from.
I think everything we've got, we don't have to.
Off the general, where did it get from?
You could do
A
that
little bit here, a
too.
little bit there. I mean, George did it, there's one diagram, he took some here, some there. So for the final numbers, I can do the
Do
same.
you have to
You
have?
can also reopen in January.
Here.
Yes, next year.
He needs seven.
You can open in January.
Budget is
Here.
increased by 30% every year.
And he's got almost that much there.
Councilwoman, as you're looking at those numbers,
40,000.
look at the places that have zeros next to them.
Right, that's what I'm doing.
And that's,
I'll write a check.
you've taken the department and
You're
you've
gonna
brought
write
it back.
I'm gonna
I'm
write a
trying to
check.
make it so
Probably
that
1 year.
I don't leave the department bare bone.
You're going to, if you're gonna use those
That's what
numbers.
I'm trying to, I'm trying to get you to have your cake and eat it too.
I don't have
Can't
to.
do that.
You gotta put money into it.
I'm trying to get you another police officer, is what I'm actually trying to do.
On the borough side, too.
Yeah, let me
Gotta put money into it.
Even, just,
Well,
You know when he's done.
text me,
Are we finished?
email me,
no, we're not adjourned yet.
and
We have a motion, we have a
I'll
second.
make it work
This
somehow.
is the discussion on that.
So that would give,
Go with it.
that would make the full-time police officers,
We made it and
and then
You take care of it tomorrow.
for other areas too.
So I've got vacant Ted with a motion to adjourn. Thank you, favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
Done.
8-0. Vacant Ted. And the time is 9:01.